Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome to my channel. This video is the second half of my 2025 flip through of my memory sticker planner. I'm using a Print Impressions binder, which I'm afraid they are closed now, so you won't be able to get one. So I apologize for that. And I'm using Carress Press dated inserts. She is selling undated inserts this year if you're interested. But let's get straight into it. This is for July through December, so the second half. So you can see I've decorated my my binder here with some Sonia Steckerman goodies. I thought they went well with the pink of the binder. And I just have a 2025 little cover here. I just made some monthly covers using my art, including customs that I did for SBC to decorate the planner. I just printed it off and stuck it down onto these pages. Then we have the weekly kit schedule that comes with the Carress Press inserts. So let's get started with July, and I used my swimming pool art to mark this one. I love the brightness of it. And then this ended up being my monthly as well, and I just used these new monthlies from SPC to do the second half of the year. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for monthlies in 2026. I might not just do them at all. I don't know. So we will see. I kind of just switched all my planning in my monthly to my daily planner. So I guess I don't really have to decorate them anymore. So for the first week of July, I used this Forevermore art, which was recently re-released in journaling form at SPC. This was our sad girl, kind of like ethereal. You got the rainbow sort of, if something, like if you're sad or depressed or you've lost someone, this is kind of what this kit is perfect for. But otherwise, if you just want a really pretty ethereal set, this one is for you as well. But this is the week that Christy of Christy Plans passed away, sadly, so I wanted to do a spread for her because she was a planner girl and a reading girl, and she's still missed to this day. She always sent me wonderful messages, and we had lovely conversations. So yeah, I wanted to do that spread for her. So this week we watched Ungentlemanly Warfare, that's got a full crazy name, the Ungentlemanly Warfare film with Henry Cavill. It was a really fun film. I enjoyed it. We also watched Ace Ventura 2 because we enjoy Ace Ventura 2. It's a fun film. We love a Jim Carrey film in this house. We have not much else to put here. Just a ordinary week other than that. And then I used this sort of summer cherry lake art, which I thought was really fun and different for July. And we had a new Infinity Nikki, my live update gacha game, had a new season, Blue Tears. Definitely one of the best seasons in the game. I loved it. It was my dad's birthday this day. And then I did a custom this week, it looks like. We watched Goldmember, so the third Austin Powers film. If you watched the first half of 2025 planner flip through, you would have seen we watched the other two Austin Powers recently. But yeah, it was really fun to bring in this cherry foil that I'd had for ages from Carress Press for the spread. Then I pulled out this super old SPC pool custom that I did. It's a couple of years old now, maybe even 3-4 years old, possibly 4 years old. It was super fun to do like a flat lay scene with the pool here, and I love the way the colors came out. It's so tropical and juicy, perfect for the middle of summer. It was warm this day, so I have like the fan little munchkin here. We're actually getting some heat for once because June was not very warm, not very hot. Had some watermelon this day. I was so happy about watermelon season. But that was this week. Then I'm just using this cute seaside road traveling set here for this one, which does some silver foil. Made it pretty simple. We had a new Pokemon Direct here, Pokemon Presents. We just watch them every time. Just marked that Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Not a huge fan of him, but love his like earlier music, so I put it in there because it was a big you know, celebrity thing. I was playing a lot of Fields of Mystery here. This is when the game came out, I think. Yeah, I think so. And then here I was contacting a sticker manufacturer for my Patreon stickers at the time, getting all of that worked out. Of course, it's gone now, but nonetheless, it was a super fun time to try all these things out. Then I used an older set from My Art, which is a Lemonade. And I loved this kit. When I did it, I still love it. It's just so fun. And I loved making up this like summer street with the arcade and the chicken, the fried chicken lemonade and the video store. Thought it was so fun. And you had like the person looking into the arcade machine. I thought it was so cool. And then I did like a spilled soda, which I thought was really fun. I just had a lot of fun making this set. And I still love it so much. So yeah, I was playing a lot of Fields of Mystery. And then we had Dunqing Season, which was a whole like Chinese island theme. And Infinity Nikki, which was really cool. And yeah, not too much else here either. But I loved the way this set came out, this spread. For August, I used my Italy art. I had some really good summery art from my travel stuff the previous year. I just used an old picnic art set from SPC. Then August this was the week of Loganai's anniversary. It was our 19-year anniversary since we started dating, August 6th. So I just used this really like soft, pretty art, sort of girly with the cat. I thought it worked for an anniversary with the pearls and I don't know, just like a pretty set for our anniversary. There was a rainstorm again here. We had a lot of thunder and rain this summer, which doesn't happen a lot. Try and have a look. Oh, this week we watched K-pop Demon Hunters and then Train to Busan. Though I will say I thought Train to Busan was a better film. I know K-pop Demon Hunters just didn't work for me. Just story-wise, I couldn't get past the story. It was too short, in my opinion. So, but I really like it visually as a film. But yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with my my hot take there. It doesn't. Not everything is for everybody. Then we have the next week of August, still going strong with summer, and I chose to use this really pretty Cafe by the Sea art. And this was from SPC. Just did some matte bronze to go with it to sort of soften it a little bit. Boo UPS. Oh yeah, I was waiting for like Patreon stuff to get delivered, and UPS, they just don't deliver to us. Like we're sitting here in silence, just waiting, and then we'll suddenly get a message saying we couldn't get in. You went home, so we took it to this place. And it's like we were right here. And like UPS is the only one that doesn't. And then at our wrist, I think this is when my wrist really started hurting, and I may have actually pinched the nerve around here in my finger. So lots of fun medical times. That may have been early, but my wrist was still hurting a lot. I also started playing Tales of the Shire here as well, which I really enjoyed. It's a cute little cozy game as a little playing a little hobbit. Then I used this, the journaling collection from SBC, which was a mystery. Oh, was it anniversary? Either way, it was anniversary for April, and I love the way this came out. I think it got recently re-released, or at least it did in journaling art stickers from SBC. But love the way this spread came out. Love the way this set came out. Failed errand, so I went to go pick up the thing from UPS. But the whole building it was in was shut down because some windows had broken at the top of the building. So everything was closed, so my errand was failed. I went out there for nothing. Oh well. The drama of my life. Again, I cleaned out my closet to make room for stickers and things. Oh, bad post news. This is when we found out that the tariffs hitting EU and Finland, they were thus closing shipping to the US from Finland. This was 22nd of August 2025, and it is now 8th of March 2026, and we still have no mailing to the US. Well, nothing. We're allowed to mail documents. We can't even send gifts. We can't send stickers or anything. So it's been a lot of months without being able to mail to the US. I ended up mailing some people through Patreon, through DHL Express, because they have their own thing going. But sadly, yes, that was a bad post news, and it kind of killed my Patreon, I guess, from the beginning. Because yeah, mailing to the US kind of cut off the majority of people, I suppose. But what you're gonna do about it? It's not fixed yet, so who knows? But I do love the way that spread came out. Then I pulled out this, this was a re-release of super old art from SBC. This was my Romantic Verses art, which I loved. This sort of cottagecore romantic feeling, sort of late summer art to my mind. So I loved using it here, especially as a re-release with this rose gold foil. Thought it came out great. So we have Tales of the Shire here, but then Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar came out, and that's a really, really good farming game. So I was playing a lot of that as well. And I read this novella, Lives of Bitter Rain here by Adrian Tchaikovsky. That was my first ever ARG, and it was so good. I loved it. Such a fun ARG to get. Again, working on Patreon and all sorts of things here. Did some work on the weekend as well. Well, full steam ahead. So again to September, and this is the farm cafe art that I did for SBC Mystery. I just loved it so much. I'm glad I got to use a little bit for myself there. And we just used my Rings of Power sort of autumn fantasy art here in September. So the first week of September, we're not quite getting into autumn yet and not quite Halloween, so I used this Darkling Sky set, which is like just a random fantasy set that I decided to make. I did this artwork for my Magical Readathon character, and I decided to match it into this fantasy set, which I loved the way it came out. You got the unicorn, and you've got like the elf lovers here, butterflies, a scroll, just lots of fairy, lots of magical stuff. This is when I opened my Patreon on the 1st of September. So sad that I had to end it now. But yeah. So typical week, I did another stream here. I was streaming a little bit. Playing Infinity Nikki. We had the new music season, which was super fun. I was finally reading some more Robin Hobb. So this is Royal Assassin in the Farseer trilogy. It was really fun to read Robin Hobb. It's very, very different fantasy, but very, very good. And then we're getting a little bit more into autumn. We have the D&D inspired art collection that I did for SBC. So you got the orc, you got the dwarf, and you got dragon and the treasure and like a campsite. It was really fun to do more traditional D&D fantasy here. Got like the loot for the bard. Yeah, just sort of, this looks like it's a very normal week. I was researching my PC here because I was finally like considering that I would want to build my own PC, my desktop PC. I've been thinking about it for years. I finally started researching, and thank God I made it when I did, because then the RAM price went crazy afterwards. So I chose the best time to start researching and making a new PC. Then we watched the original 80s RoboCop, because I don't remember watching the original one. I have watched the remake with Joel Kinnaman. But yeah, I enjoyed the original RoboCop. It was just so 80s, which is great. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of the original Mad Max film, the very first one. So yeah, had a kind of similar vibe. Apologies, I had to feed Heidi, so it might look a bit different right now. But here we go, we're getting really into autumn now. This farmer's market set from Crest Press. I got the new monitor for my PC, so I decided I'll get a monitor because it was on sale and it was a pretty cheap part of my new PC to plug in my laptop, be at my desk kind of thing. I had already gotten like a new keyboard, so that was really fun. So I got a new monitor there. The start of the journey. Oh, there's a new keyboard. So I got the monitor first, and then I got a new keyboard. We had to set that all up on my desk. And we started watching this show High Potential, which is really fun. If you like a procedural police, but with funny kind of feelings and some emotional family stuff, highly recommend High Potential as a nice binge watch kind of thing. But yeah, I really love getting into these autumn stickers. They have really cute farm autumn vibes for this week in September. Bring in those autumn and like vibey foil kits as well. This sparkly dark orange. And what do we got here? We started cooking some Japanese golden curry. Really good cold weather kind of food. Delish. We also, this is more of a summer thing, but we watched Pokemon Concierge, which feels more summer, but it was really cute as well. I went out, we went to the supermarket, the really big supermarket, and also a hardware store near us to pick up some stuff, do some home things. And then we get into October, which I used some the nostalgic 90s Halloween collection that I did for SPC. Love the way that one came out. And here it is in the monthly as well. But I still want to do a little bit of autumn, so we have this really pretty autumn set from SPC. I loved the kitty in this and the sort of monochrome colors here with the sort of warm browns into creams. So pretty. I love the pancakes and the cat the most, I think. We had Golden Season Infinity Nikki, which is like a detective murder story season. It was really fun, especially for those autumn October vibes. We got a new AFI album this day, and I went and did errands, picked up some mail. We saw a little baby hare, like a rabbit, running across the outside of our apartment. So saw that, as I said in the last flip through, lots of like swans and birds and rabbits and squirrels you'll see in Helsinki. So it was really fun to see a rabbit run past us here in by our building. But not much else to mark here. Then we're finally getting into the Halloween sets. We had this really fun, dark, vampy, romantic set. And yeah, really love this one. Really like the interesting sort of coppery burnt sienna color. Really added a lot too, I feel like. Failure gremlin. I guess I had failed to do anything that day. Yeah, that's usually what happened. I think I also didn't eat lunch until 2 p.m. that day, so it was a real failure gremlin. That morning, I was listening to Salem's Lot as sort of my like October spooky read. This is really my first Stephen King I'd ever read, and I loved it. Salem's Lot was so good. I definitely have to pick up another one, probably Pet Sematary, I feel like. And then we had another hard rubbish. We got a bunch of more stuff we got rid of in our apartment. We got rid of our, we also got rid of our treadmill, a bunch of other things to make room so we could set up me having my planner desk and my computer desk. So we did that as well after we cleaned up the apartment and took all the stuff to the hard rubbish. But yeah, now I have a planner desk and a computer desk, which is so much easier to use. And I was also playing this new game, Town to City, a really good little city builder. Super duper cozy. And then for this week, this is the week of my birthday on the 16th. I turned 36 in 2025. And I used my Black Cat Cafe art. I just thought it was really cute this week. You got some treats in here and reading, and I just like the vibes for my birthday. But yeah, so I guess it was my birthday. I baked the chocolate cake again. If you watched the last flip through, you know I made a chocolate cake for Locke's birthday and it ended up being so good we made another one the week after. I think that's actually what happened to us. I'm pretty sure. We will see, but we made the chocolate cake for my birthday. And we got We tried a different restaurant this time, not steak. We got Farang by Jim Lim, and Yim Lim, which is sort of like an Asian fusion, and it was really, really good. It was kind of like, it was super fancy to the point where you maybe would want to get fast food afterwards, but it was really, really delicious food. Very, very fancy. And we got ramen the next day. But yeah, very chill birthday. And still baking my own chocolate cakes. And then we watched Nightmare on Elm Street for the first time this year, and I can't say, I didn't think it was very good, to be honest. Very, very campy, but it wasn't really in the best way for me. But I can see why it's iconic, though. But yeah, that was this week, my birthday week. I did a lot of journaling this week, which is nice. And then I had to bring back this art. This is like my zombie, my sort of 50s diner classic monsters art that I did. Still one of my favorite art sets of all time. The Monster Drive-In. I love the way it came out. And like my zombie and my vampire, my like ghost guy, my ghost greaser, my werewolf waitress. I just love the way it came out still. Still makes me so happy. But was anything special happen this week? It kind of got, just usual things. After a while, we watched a different 80s horror film, which was Fright Night. Also campy, but I felt like overall the direction and everything was just so much more higher quality. I really enjoyed Fright Night. It was kind of like 80s Halloween movies, but Top Gun vibes, because it's like the super 80s vibes. And I really enjoyed Fright Night, so. And then I cleaned my bathroom. And I cleaned my entry. I think we had to do, I think this is the next week we were getting a water thing put into our bathroom, because we're no longer paying a flat fee for our water usage. We're now paying like per usage. So they had to put a meter into our bathroom to make sure we knew what to charge us for water. And so far it looks like we're getting charged less. So I guess the joke's on our landlords. We were paying a flat fee for each person previously, and now it's just usage, and we're not too bad with water. Look, we grew up in Australia during the century-long drought, so I'm good at not wasting water because I'm used to drought living. Like my entire first 20 years of life was drought, so not too bad. And then the week of Halloween, I used this the newer SBC collection, which is like in a 60s, almost 60s, really 60s throwback Halloween, just like a vintage one, which I had a lot of fun making. We got Bewitched on the TV. You got kind of like the Catwoman from the Batman TV show look costume there. You got the bobbing for apples, and you got like the jelly dessert with like sour worms in it, with the record player, the punch, the candy corn in the crispy treats. Had a lot of fun doing like that retro vintage feel for that. I was apparently a little sick on the Monday, which is super fun. I haven't been sick too much. I had like one big sick week, which is nice. Pretty good for a year where lots of people getting sick all the time. Probably because I never left my apartment. Being a hermit has ideals to it. Then they announced Animal Crossing 3.0 was happening, which was super exciting. It was a very small update, to be honest, but it's exciting to get some info about Animal Crossing. We were rewatching One Piece during this time. And Halloween, we didn't do too much. We watched One Piece. This is the day that our water meter was installed, so that was fun, because it was kind of like it could be any day during this week. So we kept our apartment pretty clean this whole week. Guests coming over clean. So we had the water meter done on Halloween. But yeah, otherwise a pretty chill week. Didn't really do anything special for Halloween. Doesn't look like we watched anything special either. I can't see anything. We watched those 2 Halloween films previously. Then we get into November, and I just used this winter book art that I did for SBC. This cute little November art from the monthly. And then use this recent mystery from SBC. This is the Royal Court. We wanted to do a royalty theme, fantasy royal. Because obviously we've done plenty of fantasy previously, but this is focusing on that royal romantic theme. So you've got like the knight's helmet, and you've got like the sword and the stone, and just sort of like rich gemstone colors, and yeah, a bit more romantic royal court kind of feel with the crown and everything. I love the way this came out with the champagne lights. It like really came up with the patterns that have a lot of gold in them as well. Anything special this week? Kind of a simple week. Lots of Infinity Nikki. Every single day, guys. Did some errands, picked up some more mail, I guess. Probably working on the Patreon at the time. Happy mail. But otherwise, not too busy, not too bad. So that was this week. And then I did use this Sherlock Holmes art, which was a really cool. And I used this like the leaves, the orange leaves bougie boxes, which is not quite my taste. In the end, it feels a bit busy to me. Like I can't focus well on the stickers themselves. So, but overall, it has the overall look. If this is more your look, the bougie box is just too much for my own taste. But I wanted to try it out, and I do love the art of this set. It's just super deep autumn to me, and I love the Sherlock Holmes theme. We have fish and chips this night, which is fun. And I have work and then frustrations. I think I was getting frustrated about getting a custom to work for me or planning a set. So I just had to give myself the day off the next day, and I finally had all of my PC goods in, so I built my PC this night with luck, and we had a lot of fun. And then I spent a lot of Saturday actually setting it up and playing Infinity Nikki on my new PC, which made me very happy. And then on Sunday we got Levain, which is a really good bakery cafe here, and they have amazing egg sandwiches. So if you're ever in Helsinki and you want an egg sandwich, Levain is the place to go. Then I finally used this older art, a late autumn set that I did called Merlot. And I hadn't used it the year it came out, so I finally brought it in. And I was playing Animal Crossing at this point, so it was actually one of my village's birthdays this day. Is there another birthday? Knox had a birthday as well on Sunday. Just putting those Animal Crossing things, it's just fun. I paired copper foil with this, and I do like the way it came out with the whole theme. We're getting another big Infinity Nikki update around this time, so we have the Chinese live stream and the English live stream. I think this is actually the 2.0 stuff coming out, so it was a really, really big update to the game. So the whole new region, so it was really fun. Aha! Bake cake. This is where I baked another chocolate cake. It was a little while, like a month after my birthday, but here I am baking that chocolate cake because it's so delicious. It's just so good. Then we have, I brought in this older, it's more wintry art, but I feel like it could also work with November and going into Christmas. We didn't get any snow even into Christmas time, so we can just ignore the snow bits in the art. That's okay. But I really like the green colors for this, especially for late November. Did some doom scrolling here. Started doing some minestrone soup every week in the slow cooker, which was fun. We had Turkey Day and Animal Crossing. I recently did plan with me's for all of these, so you'll find them not too far away on my channel. But it's a fairly typical week here. Oh yeah, this is the start. I guess the 2.0 started on Wednesday, the 26th, It's a Land. So it was very, very exciting. Lots of new Nikki stuff to do. And finally, for the last month of this 2025 flip through, we have December, and I really loved this fashion person with the bear jumper for my Christmas art. This is from my vintage Christmas art from the year before, so love the way that came out. And we have this nostalgic Christmas art from SPC for the monthly. So we recently did these spreads, so You can go back on the channel to see a full plan with me up if you've missed some, but this is the first one, Bright and Merry. I wanted to do this other rainbow Christmas set that I did a couple of years ago now, but it got reformatted and re-released by SPC. Put our tree up on Monday. Then we just did some normal stuff, cleaning, Animal Crossing, finished up a custom here. Vindy Nikki. It was Finnish Independence Day on Saturday. And also, Nikki from Vindy Nikki's birthday, the in-game character, it was her birthday this day, so a big day for everybody. It was a fairly typical week, just the beginning of December, starting to get into that holiday spirit, which I wasn't really in. I wasn't a lot of holiday spirit this in 2025, to be honest. But then we had this really cute, nostalgic 90s Christmas art this year. That year, so I enjoyed using that one. I love the colors with the kind of tealy green with the red and the more deeper pink. So this week we were watching Jingle Jam from Yogscast. Locke found out that they weren't getting fired because their work was doing a mass layoffs at the time. Well, mass in that kind of, like a whole group of people, like 6% were going kind of thing. But they weren't fired. Hooray. The Game Awards happens. We watch those. We just watch them because, but yeah, so a pretty chill Christmas week leading up to the holiday. We're, planning all our stuff. So then the week before Christmas, I have my cozy Christmas art. This is my 2025 Christmas art. Love the way it came out, especially with matte bronze. It kept that kind of soft, simple look with the warmth of gold as well. We had hot chocolates, the Rhiners. Yeah, we recently talked about these things, so we won't bring them up again. But yeah, just also went out this day, got Chinese buffet and went shopping, Christmas shopping, and got some stuff for our tree and picked up some food that we wanted to get, some cheese and meats for like a charcuterie board. So that was really fun. Because I had planned this going through all out. And then the final week in this planner, because I decided to do the first week of January in my next planner, in my 2026 one. But we have Christmas week here using Merry Movie Marathon from SPC. This is our custom Christmas art this year, and I love the way it came out. I did like the special lighting and all of the people and the items, the elements to match the background, and I just love the way it came out. It's just so cozy and has like those vibes with the pretty light throughout. Got my new underpants in the mail. Again, this was a very recent video. You can go and have a look. We did watch a bunch of Christmas movies this week, so this set ended up being perfect for this week. We watched Arthur Christmas, Home Alone, The Santa Claus, Muppets Christmas Carol. So lots of fun stuff here. And yeah, it was a good week. We had a lot of food and had a lot of fun. But that was the end of my 2025 memory planner. I'm happy with how it came out. I think every week is pretty beautiful. The Christmas spreads, I think, all came out perfect. I do really love this royalty one. I love the gem colors. My favorite Halloween art. I think my birthday came out really nicely this year. Doesn't, it's hard to go through those weeks because you don't want to let yourself down. But I don't know. I'm not sure what would be my favorite. I actually really love the way the D&D one looks overall. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the latter half of the year had a ton of bangers. So it's hard to choose. But I do really love the lemonade art. But I feel like it's later on in the year where I was really feeling it. Maybe the royalty one is what I'm really thinking about. I just loved this art, how it came out, happy with how I got it done, and happy with the colors. I really am happy I chose these bright gemstone colors for autumn rather than a usual autumn palette. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite spread was. But, if you can't choose, you just want to leave a comment, just leave some heart emojis down below to let me know that you've enjoyed this. But I hope you enjoyed these last two flip throughs of my 2025 sticker memory planner. We'll be getting into 2026 very soon. I need to do another haul and then a Jan kit lineup, and then we'll start getting into January in my new planner, which will show you then what I'll be doing. You know, I already hauled my OK Plans inserts, and I do have 2 print press binders left, so I'm going to split the year into those. And then we'll see in 2027 what we do. But for now, we're all set for 2026. 2025 is done and dusted. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.